Okay, all systems go. I think we are checked in. Yes, we are. Okay, I've been waiting to do this for a long time. It's been nearly almost a day and a half, and I've been waiting to talk about this show. I didn't watch it from the beginning, but first off, I want to welcome everyone to my Wrestle Kingdom 13 review. I've been waiting a while to do this show. I did not see the show till later on in the day. I did not wake up at 1 a.m. to watch this because I had to take care of a lot of business and its priorities and stuff. But I said I was going to get to this review one way or another. First off, I just want to do this and this. Just kind of wanted to do that because, hey, they had a big night out there. But, before I say anything to do with my Wrestle Kingdom 13 review, I do want to say one thing. I know it's been in the news for the past few days now, and I'm not saying I am someone late on saying this from a video, but I just want to say rest in peace, Mean Woo! By God, Gene. I just kind of wanted to say that right there real quick, but yes, it's unfortunate. Yes, we have lost another big name in the world of professional wrestling, and this is a very big name. Some would argue the greatest interview of all time in professional wrestling. Mean Gene Okerlund, he passed away at the age of 76. I don't really know the cause of death or anything. I don't know if it had to do with his kidney, because I heard he had kidney transplant in the past. Or I believe he took a fall, to some other reports that I am reading. No. I will say I didn't grow up in the 80s. Watching Mean Gene Okerlund, but I've always done my research in the past, and you can go back all the way from the AWA to, like I said, the 80s WWF, from with him, Hulk Hogan, Randy Savage, Ultimate Warrior, and multiple of other counts of wrestlers during that era. I didn't really know who Mean Gene Okerlund was, and probably until late 90s in WCW when he was interviewing people, such as like the whole Mean Woo by God Gene thing, and pretty much he was there till WCW ended. And Mean Gene, he's pretty much always kept himself active pretty much throughout the years, and still making, guest appearances and everything, and even in any shows or whenever the WWE need him. The last time I believe he was on WWE TV, to be honest, was last year on the Raw 25th anniversary, if I'm correct. I believe that was the last time he was legitimately on TV, though. But you can go back from the bloopers, from the whole cigarette thing, or watch the David Schultz interview, or him just kind of corpsing, or just they put that cigarette out and just kind of losing it because of how funny it was sometimes. So it's it was always hilarious watching those clips, though. But like I said, they say he brought the best out on a lot of guys when he did those interviews. Most, like I said, throughout his entire career. So I and like I said, a lot of people have been paying tribute to him throughout the past few days now. Before I even get into the whole, like I said, before I move on into the review, I know I'm a little late on it, but if there's one thing I did read, and I may give a little bit more of my opinion on this on Monday when it happens, I'm just gonna give a little quick thought of it, because Monday Night Raw, I guess they are going to have Hogan pay tribute to Mean Gene on Monday Night Raw. I'm gonna say this real quick, and I may have more detail, and may say more detail on Monday. Okay, I understand it was his close friend for over 20-something years. They both brought the best in each other. They were both, like I said, they were a big act and everything. That was their act, and in the 80s in WWF at that time. I get it. You go back and people would always say, "Let me tell you something here, Mean Gene." So I get I get it. I get why they bring him back on on TV to pay tribute to his friend. Now, there have been stuff I have read from people from the internet that believe this is a safe way to bring Hogan back in, so people would not boo him, and they believe that they are exploiting Mean Gene's death by trying to get Hulk Hogan over at the same time. Okay, like I said, it's his friend for over 20 years. I got it. If it's a one-off thing and he goes back into obscurity, okay. But even after reading that, listen, to be honest, Hulk Hogan go fuck off for all I know, okay? You've heard me say this in the past in multiple account of other videos. Fuck him for the shit he did. Like, all that racist bullshit, he can go fuck himself, okay? He has no value here. Alright, he really does not have any type of value on TV unless he's gonna pop some rating or something that's gonna go on. But do I think it's a way for them just to slide him back in so people won't boo at him? You know, this company would do some bullshit like that, so I wouldn't be surprised if it was true in that. So I get when people pretty much say, you know, Hogan fuck off. He wanted to bring somebody in, bring in Ric Flair. I would have been fine with that. I would have been okay with that. But like I said before, if it's a one-off thing, then okay. Because I've already reiterated before in the past, some people say, oh, you still haven't forgiven him. The shit he said was unforgivable, okay? So why the fuck should I forgive him? He can fuck off. He has no value on TV. Yeah, he was on Saudi Arabia. The motherfuckers don't know better. They don't probably know what's all going around here in America. So I don't know what this guy comes out Monday. Is he gonna get booed out the building? I don't know. Now people may have a reason to turn in because it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. So, like I said, I may have more detail in my thought on it on Monday, but I do understand some people's points out there if they are trying to slide him back in just as a way so people won't boo him. But like I said, if it's a one-off thing, he just pays up tribute to his close friend for over 20-something years. They were a big act, and he just goes back to an obscurity. Okay, but honestly, who the fuck wants to see him on TV? Let's be honest. Fuck all that racist shit he did. So, like I said, I'll have more detail on Monday, but I just want to give a little quick thing to what I actually thought about it, because who the fuck really wants to have Hogan on TV in general anymore? And if they try to bring him back in, they try to bring it back on a regular basis for all I know. But like I said, it's just paying tribute to Mean Gene. Okay, just do that. Hogan go back into obscurity. But yeah, R.I.P. Mean Gene Okerlund, because like I said, real big loss in the professional wrestling world. But moving on into the Wrestle Kingdom 13 review. Like I said, I did not wake up at 1 a.m. to watch this show. I waited till later in the day. I avoided the internet. I avoided Twitter or any type of social media, so I would not be, spoiled on this. I do have the New Japan World app, and I watched it on there. I think it's kind of silly if people pay $39-something on Fight TV when you could just pay it for $9.99, which is just a better deal in general. But Tokyo Dome, back again, biggest show of the freaking year for New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like I said, just like overall, it was a great show. Okay, fantastic show. I've said it last year that Wrestle Kingdom was better than WrestleMania, and I dare anybody to argue with me about that last year, Wrestle Kingdom 12. Now, as of this year, could they beat them again? I don't know, but after what I saw tonight, there's a strong chance they most likely will. But with Wrestle Kingdom going on, there's been a lot of questions of what was looming on here, what was going to happen to people. But we did kick it off, which they're not doing the New Japan Rumble anymore, but we kicked it off with a gauntlet match for the number one contender spot for the never open weight 6-man titles. Whoever will win this will get that title shot tomorrow at the Hurricane Hall for the New Year's Dash. On commentary, Kevin Kelly, Don Callis, which is probably the only time you'll see him on here because he's got to be for Impact Wrestling on Sunday for Homecoming since he runs that. And Chris Charlton, he was the translator for, if anyone spoke Japanese or promo, he would translate for him. And he mostly a historian to talk about, stuff that has happened in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But we first kicked it off with the Elite, or the Bullet Club Elite, as pretty much Marty Scurll, Yujiro Takahashi, Pimp there with the, what's the bunny ear girl's name with the great ass, Peter, I believe, and Hangman Page. Chase Owens was out there with him. They went against David Finlay, Jeff Cobb, and Yuji Nagata. Not much to say from here. It wasn't really bad in the first part. I actually thought the Bullet Club Elite or the Elite were going to go on. Marty's still over in Japan. It pretty much ended with Finlay rolling up Yujiro for the win. I think Chase tried to get involved, and he was knocked down. and I think they get knocked. Heyman got knocked back, and he pushed Yujiro, and rolled him up, and then the Bullet Club Elite members started arguing, which I'm gonna get into that later on, to where those two pretty much go on from here. Next team was Beretta, Chucky T, and Hiroki Goto. Finley was able to, pin Chucky T. Chucky T didn't go into his crazy mode, so, that didn't go down. Next, Suzuki Gun. Minoru Suzuki in the Killer Elite Squad, Davey Boy Smith Jr., and Lance Archer. Suzuki, of course, I love when he comes out in his theme song, and it's in the Tokyo Dome, so Kate Nina. I know I suck at singing it, but I love saying that. Pretty much they were able to take out Finley. Finley, I got 2 pins here, but they were hit with the Killer Bomb by the Killer Elite Squad, pretty much eliminating them. And in the final entrants coming out were Raisuke Taguchi, I don't know, it's the Funky Weapon, Toru Yano, and Togi Makabe. Pretty much with a lot of scurriness going on, Yano was able to pretty much nutshot, both Archer and Davey Boy Smith. Rolled up Smith for the win, which gave Yano and them the, shot for the Never Openweight 6-man titles. So, they were going to move on, but it wasn't really a bad pre-show match, I will say that. It's not the New Japan Rumble where you're going to see a lot of legends of people that haven't been in New Japan for a long time. Anybody could really show up in that thing. Come on, Billy Gunn showed up in one of these things not that long ago, probably a year or 2 ago, and I was actually surprised to see that. But, moving on, going to the main show. Before they even did that, there was a big announcements for New Japan, which I will say it was some very major announcements for them, as in their tour throughout the rest of the year. From doing stuff like the Super Junior and the G1 tournament. I believe the G1, the first night of G1, will be in Dallas, Texas at the American Airlines Arena. So that was something big. Of course, they announced the G1 Supercar. We all know that since April, with them in Ring of Honor selling out Madison Square Garden during WrestleMania weekend. And I believe they're going to be making some more U.S. dates from Tennessee and Charlotte, North Carolina, if I'm correct. And somewhere else. I'm not really sure where else they're selling tickets, but there are tickets still open from, several cities that New Japan is coming to. And next year for Wrestle Kingdom will be a 2-day event on January the 4th and 5th. So it's going to be a lot of matches throughout that weekend. New Japan's really thinking of some big things, especially if you're going to do a 2-night thing for Wrestle Kingdom next year. That's very interesting to see how they will work that. But as in the first official match of the night, we kicked it off with Kota Ibushi versus Will Ospreay for the Never Openweight Championship. Like I said, pretty nice stage out there. I wouldn't say as great as last year's stage, but of course, Pyro, packed house. I believe it was like another 8,000 fans more last year than it was, from last year's Wrestle Kingdom. That there were 8,000, I believe, maybe 9,000 more fans this year for Wrestle Kingdom 13. But come on, this match right here, this was gonna be great regardless. Okay, Ibushi, Ospreay, come on, take my money right now. All right, this is a fucking dream match, as a lot of people have been saying. And this was I felt like it was gonna be the show stealer right here. And this is probably one of my favorite matches tonight. And this is the opening match. These guys went in hard with each other. Okay, like these guys would just go fucking crazy. One thing that spot I did like throughout the match, and this is where Ibushi's nose got bloody, was when I believe he had Ospreay caught in the ropes and he jumped off the top rope, double stomping him on his back, which I believe maybe Ibushi landed on his nose probably and started bleeding from there. He didn't hit a German suplex from the ring apron. Ospreay landed on his feet. Ibushi was surprised. Dude, let me say one thing. This dude Ibushi did a fucking backflip. That moonsault he does from the top rope to the outside was about to, to outside. Ospreay dodges it, gets to the apron, and just like kicks him in midair to the freaking chest. Jesus Christ, that looked fucking crazy. But what was gonna happen next? Ibushi, like I say, he was able to get he hit that pile driver on Ospreay, but it was a near fall then. But when we got to the near end of the match, and I had some notes right here, Ospreay, dude, and this is where I don't know, you want to talk about strong style. This is strong style. Ospreay takes off his elbow pad, and just hits Ibushi in the back of the freaking head so hard. I don't know if it looked worse in regular motion or slow motion, but he knocked the hell out of Kota Ibushi right there, okay? And they almost like could get up. He pretty much in with a Stormbreaker. I know this is going to be an angle, but hits him with the Stormbreaker. And there you go. You have your new never open weight champion, Will Ospreay. They had to carry out Kota Ibushi on the stretcher then. This match went 18 minutes. Fucking great to start off. Very great to start off this show. A very hot match to start off with. These guys went in. They laid it in on each other, okay? They really did right here. And I swear to God, Ospreay damn near killed Ibushi right there, okay? So, two guys that are really the best in the world did not disappoint. So, I don't know what happens with Ibushi after this, but Will Ospreay is your new never openweight champion. Next, triple threat tag team for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight titles. Suzuki-gun, Yoshinobu, I hope I don't say his name wrong, Kanemaru, and El Desperado versus Roppongi 3K versus LIJ of Shingo Takagi and Bushi for the Junior Heavyweight Tag titles. Pretty good match right here. Didn't really go that long, I will say. And I know some people have been saying that Wrestle Kingdom wasn't as long like last year. Okay, Wrestle Kingdom was still long, okay? This show's like 5.5 fucking hours. Let's get that straight, alright? But, it was 5.5 hours. I think it was 5 hours and 50 minutes to what I read on last year's show. This time, it was like 5.5, I believe. But, this match went about 7 minutes. Pretty much Takagi was able to hit the Last Dragon on show, which he did not pin they did not pick the tag team champion. So, LIJ already walking out with some gold tonight. Pretty good match right here with LIJ. I'm sure Desperado and Kanemaru will want a rematch for the IWGP Junior Tag titles, but I think pretty much Roppongi 3K and Suzuki-gun started arguing with each other after that, but they had a good match out there, I will say. Like I said, LIJ already walking away with some gold. I believe also New Japan. Let me say also, New Japan's like even coming to the UK too, okay? New Japan will be coming to the UK and putting on a show also, so watch out for that. So I'm glad they couldn't pick it up more US dates. I wish they come here to Chicago though. I would love to go to one. I really would. But next, Tomohiro Ishii versus Zack Sabre Jr. for the British Heavyweight Championship, the Rev Pro title. Taka was out there with him. Well, Zack had like this white jacket. They were wearing white out there. And of course, Taka's got to cut the promo for, he is Pro Wrestling Master. He is ZSJ. He is Zack Sabre Jr. Just tap out. Come on over here. Like I said, it was for the new Rev Pro Championship. Pretty much like a gold one. Since, Ring of Honor title is usually defended on here. But this match was really good. I did like it. I know people have told me they don't like Zack Sabre Jr. because they believe he slows down the match. Yes, he's going to do his submission holds and pretty much flip you up like a pretzel several times. Of course, Ishii is going to hit you hard, and you do not want to fight this guy at the time because Ishii's matches are fucking brutal. And I saw he was knocking Zack down half the time, but Zack was mostly a lot in control, especially with multiple dodges and stuff. Zack was able to, I think he hit with like the octopus or something, but he pretty much bended his arms back and kept kicking Ishii in the head, and he eventually tapped out, losing to Zack Sabre Jr. Zack Sabre Jr. is the new British World Heavyweight Champion. You knew he was gonna win, to be honest. It's Rev Pro, it's Zack Sabre Jr. I know Ishii and Suzuki have been champions there, and if I'm not mistaken, they even pointed out that Suzuki and Zack Sabre Jr. are the British World Tag Champions right now in that company too. So pretty much Zack Sabre Jr. I believe he's like a 2 or 3 time Rev Pro champion. He got the new belt, and of course, like I said, it's the submission his game was gonna go. So I kind of believed Ishii was gonna lose the title regardless to Zack, but he had a really good match and Zack went over strong. Next, IWGP Tag titles on the line, triple threat, Young Bucks, and I'm gonna say it's about a lot of these elite members. This is probably the last time you're going to see these guys in New Japan. I really do believe that. This is like the last time you're going to see them. But it was the Young Bucks, Evil and Sonata, and Tamatanga and Tangaloa, which they had new music. Bad Luck Fale and Jado came out with them. Dude, I swear like DMX was rapping to their new song or something. But I like it though. I like the beat, and I don't know who was rapping to it, but I like what I see. I really do. And they look like Power Rangers coming out there with like the red and blue helmets, but it looked badass as hell. I guess they call him like the good guy. Tamatanga now, which he just said, I'm a good guy now. I'm a good guy. And even, I guess he held on the Evil's hand and, kind of threw him over the ropes. This was still a great match, though. Still, I did like when Sonata was jumping out of the ring, pretty much springboarding himself pretty much on everybody from the Bucks and GLD, taking them out. Of course, this match was really going to get chaotic. You saw multiple accounts of super kicks. Not much super kicks, but of course, you're going to see super kicks, God getting involved, Bad Luck Fale getting involved, Jado getting involved with that Kindle stick. He looked like a skeleton out there and stuff. But one thing I did like also was when LIJ got in. Evil, which, by the way, their entrance looked cool. I like Evil's new look for some reason. I know hair was like braiding. He had like a white. I know he looked at the Grim Reaper and the scythe and everything, but that did look cool. And he went all the way to like the end of the ramp and ran back up just to knock Matt Jackson down with a clothesline. But the match pretty much ended. It was a Evil. I think he hit the Everything is Evil on Matt Jackson, and Sonata hit a moonsault, becoming the new tag team champion. So LIJ, 2 years in a row, they won the World Tag League Tournament 2 years in a row, and they walk out with gold 2 years in a row. I kind of figured the Young Bucks were gonna take the loss right here. I actually thought the Bullet Club OG members was actually gonna retain the title. God was actually gonna keep going on. But one thing I will say throughout this entire show: title changes, lots and lots of title changes. Okay, and so you're gonna see a lot of these. Well, pretty much for everything really for a title change. But LIJ walked out. Like I said, becoming a new IWGP tag title. Still a really good match out there. I'll give them that. Yeah, I'll give them that. So pretty much that was great. And like I said, you get a last time probably gonna see a lot of these elite guys. So you kind of figured the Young Bucks would be taking the L right here. Next, Cody Rhodes and Brandy Rhodes. Not tag, but pretty much Cody was out there with his wife Brandy, and they went against Juice Robinson for the IWGP U.S. Championship. Cody and Brandy coming out with Jacksonville Jaguar colors, which you all know why, for All Elite Wrestling. And there's one thing I want to point out, and this goes back to when the Young Bucks came out too. They never really said All Elite Wrestling, okay? But they always kept saying that, Cody, he's the new executive to vice president to the new promotion that started up, and Brandy is the chief branding officer, and the Young Bucks, they're in this new promotion. They said AEW a couple times, I think Kevin Kelly did, but they were really pointing out, pushing the AEW name out there and the new promotion, everyone's been talking about all week with the Bucks and Cody, and, they're doing their own wrestling company now, and we all know the Jacksonville Jaguar owners are behind them. They've got hella money right now. I'm sure soon enough they are going to have a TV deal. They are making a lot of moves right now. Some people think they will be teaming up with New Japan, which I hope they do, to be honest. I don't know about Ring of Honor. I heard Ring of Honor was not happy with them, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure about that. But hopefully they do form partnerships with these people. I don't know the roster they're going to have. I know there's been rumors all over the internet that they are trying to take multiple WWE people like right now and pay them a lot of money to come over here and do this with Cody and the Young Bucks. I know they got a rally coming up in a few days. Listen, this match itself, Cody was losing this title, okay? Cody was going to drop the belt to Juice Robinson, a very clean-shaven Juice Robinson, I should say, too. Because we know what Cody's going to be doing. We know what the Young Bucks, like I said before, this is probably the last time you're going to see these elite guys on New Japan. I do believe that unless they have a partnership with them, maybe we will see them back in there in New Japan Pro Wrestling. But this is gonna be, like I said, last time you see guys like Hangman. Marty, I'm not sure, which he is in the Elite, but he's still under contract with Ring of Honor right now, so maybe we'll still come and do matches in Japan. I don't know, but the match itself wasn't that bad or anything. Of course, Brandy tried to get involved and even hit a spear on Juice Robinson, almost using herself as a shield, but the referee threw her out of there. There's like a lot of dodges from the Crossroads and Pulp Friction, which they actually hit each other with each other's finishes and stuff, but Robinson was trying to focus on Cody's bad leg. I believe he really has to have surgery on that, because I believe he really is hurt from that. But he really is hurt from it. But Juice picked up the Pulp Friction about 2 times. This match is about 9 minutes. Like I said, it wasn't a bad match. It's pretty good. It wasn't bad or anything, but you knew who was gonna win. We knew who was dropping this title. So, come on. Juice was really gonna walk out with it. I would have been surprised if Cody actually won, but come on, you knew when they even came out that the Jacksonville Jaguars there. You just know, like, we know you guys are promoting the All Elite Wrestling. I know they didn't really try to say directly too many times on commentary, but they were referencing it several different times. So, like I said, All Elite Wrestling. There's a lot of details I don't even know right now. But come on, I hear they're getting a TV deal on TBS or on TNT or something. So this company is making many fast moves right now. And I'll probably get more into that to the end of this video. But we move on to the next match of the night. Kushida versus Bone Soldier, Taiji Ishimori. They had Taguchi come out there as Doc Brown, and I thought this was a kid dressed as Kushida, but they really creeped me out because he looked too damn real. I don't know if he was a midget or not, or just wearing a helmet, but he looked way too real and looked way too much like Kushida, like some animatronic. That it looked creepy. Okay, it did after looking at it for a minute. Even people say it will haunt their nightmares looking at this mini Kushida that came out with him. But a good match for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship. Now with Kushida losing, because I don't think he can get the next Back to the Future move on him, but it was still a pretty good match though. With him and Ishimori, I did like he put his legs on the referee, and then Kushida pretty much came with the kicked in for him, but Ishimori won with the Bloody Cross, becoming the new IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Now, there are rumors I've been hearing lately that WWE is supposed to be getting Kushida. I don't know if this is a sign of him dropping the belt right here, that he is going to go to WWE after this. Then again, I don't trust really a lot of anybody from New Japan and WWE nowadays, because they end up ruining these guys. And I don't really need to see another Nakamura on my hands, which some people have been saying. They've been making a lot of Nakamura references throughout tonight, which I don't know. His contract is coming up with WWE anyways. I've said it before in many of these videos. I am just counting Nakamura's contract up. I want him to go back to New Japan at this point, because this WWE thing ain't working right now. It really isn't. But when I hear that Nakamura, I don't know if the whole thing about him moving his family to America is true in that. If they're in America or they're still in Japan, I'm not really sure. But to what I hear, New Japan is offering him a lot of money to come back. And I would, like I said, I would want him to come back. I really would, because this WWE thing just ain't cutting it no more. It really isn't. So I would like it if he came back, because, like I said, what would they do with Kushida in WWE? I don't think they really would know what to do with him. But like I said, title change. Next, one of the top other matches of the night, which was a really good one and very surprising one too. Jay White with Gato had like the white on white on. Don Callis called Gato a middle-aged rapper when he came out there going against Okada, and this was the real Okada, folks. The Rainmaker Okada. No remix theme, no red hair, no balloons, no t-shirt, no long pants with the bell bottom or anything. This was his original theme song. The Okada Bucks were flying. He had the robe, he had the gear, he had the blonde hair again, the jacket, he was the real Rainmaker Okada. And when he tore those pants off of him and just had the tights back on again, the crowd went nuts, because they saw the real Okada, okay? Not the Okada that lost the IWGP Championship after, but the real Okada. But this match with him and Jay White was good. It went back and forth. Gato tried to get involved at one point. I believe Okada put both of them on the outside, behind ringside, and jumped over the guardrail onto both of these guys. Okada, I think he did what do you do? He did that elbow and did his Rainmaker pose then, which it got to a dodging match at one point with both him and White trying to get the Blade Runner and the Rainmaker. I think Jay White hit a Uranagi on him. Gato got a chair while the referee was distracted then and everything. Okada was able to stop him from using it. And he stopped him from using the chair and everything. He tried to get another Rainmaker. It didn't work. White hit the Kiwi Crusher on him. Still a kick out. And then it kind of got into somewhat of a sequence battle right here. Okada was able to hit the Tombstone in. He was about to hit the Rainmaker, but next it was Rainmaker or the Blade Runner. Dodge. Just multiple dodges. Okada pretty much then hit like a discus. Like he spun around and did like the Rainmaker. And before he could hit the actual Rainmaker on him, Jay White just dodged it, hit the Blade Runner, and he hit the clean win on Okada. That shocked me. I actually jumped out of my seat when I saw that, because you just think that when the real Okada came back, the whole Rainmaker persona, like you think he was gonna win, because throughout months that Jay White just been getting the best of him of all time. But let me just say one thing, man. They are just pushing Jay White. I wouldn't be surprised if they pushed him for the championship, okay, for the IWGP title, because they have been pushing Jay White ever since last year, going all the way back at the whole after Wrestle Kingdom. Because at first I did not understand where he was getting this big push from. Okay, he had a new gimmick and it looked cool, but when you put him in there with Tanahashi, he kind of had a half-ass match last year at Wrestle Kingdom, and then they put that U.S. title on him, and I don't know, I just didn't think the people he was going against was better than him. But Jay White has grown more and more, and now him in this match against Okada. Like I said, the match was really good, okay, but I will say Jay White has gotten way better in the past year. I know some people thought this match was too short and could have went longer, but other people said Okada can't have 45, 50 matches every other time. Like, give the guy a break. The guy was champion for over 700 days here, folks. He put on some brutal looking matches and was just throwing out 40-something minute matches and come on to 61 with Kenny also. So give him a chance sometime here. But like I said, Jay White beat Okada, surprisingly. So a big win for Jay White, especially winning at Wrestle Kingdom over Okada, which they said Okada has not made in Wrestle Kingdom in the past like 3, maybe 4 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he was champion pretty much throughout most of those times. So, like I said, it was very surprising that Okada actually lost. And will this feud continue with him and Jay White, since Jay White has finally got pretty much the best over him now? He beat him in Wrestle Kingdom. So, he beat the real Okada out there tonight there, folks. But we didn't go next into the no disqualification match for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. Tetsuya Naito versus Chris Jericho. Naito coming out, of course, with the cool jacket and everything. Big Naito chants. Chris Jericho, still like the Clockwork Orange thing. Big pop for him, too. As he was coming out during his entrance, Naito pretty much attacked him from behind. Like, pretty much you attacked me several different times. He wasn't going to be tranquilo right here. Both of these guys were going at each other then. Kendo Stick got involved as Naito tried to do his tranquilo run thing. But when he went back, Jericho hit him with the kendo stick. They pretty much were on the outside of the ring then. Jericho grabbed the camera and pretty much FU'd everybody, even in Naito on the ground, and gave the cameraman back his camera. One of the probably the most brutal spot of the entire night was when Jericho hit the DDT on one of the Japanese announce tables, which they are very hard to break, I see all the time. You can be Dr. Mania for showing us that too. But he hit the DDT on him like real hard. I know the announcer said that. I don't think I ever saw it, but there was a big dent in that table due to Naito's head crashing into it. That looked just brutal to watch. Jericho then came back. He hit a lion saw multiple times trying to go for the walls of Jericho, but Naito was able to get out. Excuse me. I'm tired there, but Naito was able to get out though, and everything. He tried to go for a Destino, but Jericho blocked it as himself too. They were both going for the kendo stick. Naito at the kendo stick then was using almost like a baseball bat at one point, but Jericho dodged it and no, yeah, I think he dodged it a code breaker because he dodged it, hit a code breaker, but Jericho the pin didn't work, so he kept hitting him with the kendo stick. He even rang the bell at one point, in which the referee Red Shoes would not count for him. Then Jericho's gonna go for a power bomb as Jericho kept throwing multiple account of chairs into the ring. He was throwing chairs on chairs on chairs. Naito even hit his own code breaker. It did not work. He tried to go for the Destino. Jericho dodged it, which some people say, why do you need a ref bump it and no disqualification match? Jericho grabbed the referee, pushed him, kicked Naito in the nuts, and hit a code breaker, but it did not work after he shoved the referee in. Jericho went to get the championship, was going to hit Naito with it, but Naito pretty much picked him up into the exposed turnbuckle. Naito hit the Destino. I'm not going to hold the O right there because Kevin Kelly does it too, but Jericho kicked out. Everyone was shocked. And like I said, this is another one of these best matches of the night here, folks. Jericho pretty much, he was able to get back up, but Jericho got back up, but Naito came back, hit a second Destino, and won the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. We know Naito doesn't give a fuck about this title if you've seen him throwing around and what this title has done to him in the past, but he did beat Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho still arguing, slapped some young boys walking out. So Jericho is not done with New Japan, folks. If you watch his backstage interview there, Jericho pretty much says he wants the IWGP Heavyweight Championship because people thought Jericho was going to be done after this, but I believe we're going to see more of Chris Jericho in New Japan, all right? He pretty much said he is not done with this. He said Naito cheated, but now he wants the top belt. He wants the IWGP Championship. So, yeah. But this was a great match. Naito even choked the referee right after, but, a big win for Tetsuya Naito. Los Ingobernables de Japón got all the freaking gold tonight. Like I said, every match you have saw in this card was a title change. LIJ walked out of here with a lot of gold tonight. IWGP Junior Heavyweight titles. IWGP Tag Team titles. Like I said, both Junior and Heavyweight Tag Team. And now the Intercontinental title also. Los Ingobernables de Japón walking out with a lot of gold tonight, folks. Okay? Keep it tranquilo right there. If not, you are cabron. Okay? So, LIJ, lot of gold for them tonight. Lot of gold. But when we get into the main event of the show, Kenny Omega versus Hiroshi Tanahashi for the IWGP Championship. Now, people were really looming on what was going to happen here, folks. We were really thinking what was going to happen with all these title changes tonight. Was the main event going to have a title change? Because when Tanahashi came out, they had a logo thing saying it was his 20th anniversary in wrestling. So, I kind of figured Tana was probably going to win. But, Tana, he came out with his gear and everything, with the briefcase, because he wanted to earn his shot for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Kenny Omega, which I believe he said this, and this is on Being the Elite, but he had a video thing that was going to play before the show, but it was cut, because I believe he works with the guy that makes Undertale or something, and he had the coolest gear. I thought this was some Final Fantasy type shit. The one-wing angel. I almost was about to call him Sephiroth. He had like a little sword and like a gun thing and some new music also to it too. Like, Kenny Omega's gear looked freaking cool, okay? It looked really cool, all right? Like, just great. But him and the Bucks are out there with him, and of course this match told a story right here of how, Omega wants to change New Japan because he wants to make it bigger than it is, but Tanahashi wants to stay in the old ways in New Japan. Yes, Tanahashi was in the Dark Ages and brought it up from there, but Omega's making a big change that he wants to be bigger than what it is in New Japan Pro Wrestling right now, in Japan. He wants to make it worldwide. But, of course, both these guys start slapping each other really hard at the beginning of this match. I thought Omega was kicking his ass. I swear to God, he was kicking his ass throughout this match. Ugh. Sorry, a little tired there, but excuse me, but like I said, Omega's able to throw Tana over the guardrail, pretty much even doing a back suplex from the guardrail onto Tanahashi, kind of near where all the announcers were, right there. I think he hit Milano, I believe. Yeah, I think Omega did help the he did help the one of the broadcast members up after he hit that moonsault. But of course, these guys were going at it from each other with chops, of course. Then even with forearms. Tanahashi hit the dragon screw leg whip. One thing that was telling story here was Tanahashi trying to focus on Omega's leg since he was focusing on that, hitting twist and shout. Omega did his what's that jump? It was like the Terminator clap thing where he jumps on the outside of the ring, pretty much hitting it very clean. And they kept saying that, they were outside the ring for a long time, that Omega could just, he could win by count out, he could still hold the championship, but he wanted to make Tanahashi suffer, though, okay? He really wanted him to suffer, because after they hit the dive, then, I think Omega hit him with a missile drop kick after that. He even tried to go for the dragon suplex, but it didn't work. No, he did hit one, but Tana got back up and started going at Omega then, taking him down. Omega hit a V-trigger then. He was going to go for the one-wing angel, but Tana got out of there. He hit that senton from the top rope. He didn't hit another dragon screw leg rip on Omega. I think he was in the ropes then. One thing that was big that everyone was surprised at, that Hiroshi Tanahashi he had a clover leaf, but he put it into a Styles Clash because he was one of his rivals. So he did, I guess, AJ Styles, a Styles Clash out there. He's going to go, he went for the high fly flow. Tana got, not Tana, but Omega put his knees up. Hit another V-trigger that just looked freaking deadly half the time. And everything. Well, he's going for the V-trigger, but he hit the turnbuckle pad into it, though, as Tanahashi dodged in. Going back for the sling blade after that. I believe he hit 2 high fly flows on him, I believe. No, he's going to do no, this was a brutal spot right here. He was going to do the high fly flow on the outside onto a table. Omega got out the way, and just Tana went hard. Tana just, went straight through the table, though. And like they said, the commentators kept saying, you can do a count out right now, but Omega wanted him to suffer. He put him back into the ring, just started wailing on Tanahashi. He had a double stomp to his back then, even tried to go for multiple power bombs, but it did not work. Tana kept kicking out. Tana hit a sling blade then. They start punching each other in, slapping each other after that. Just hard chops on each other, just going brutal at a point. Which the commentators said was the longest match of the night because it was going over 30 minutes and everything. Omega hit his own high fly flow, but Tanahashi pretty much kicked out and got back up. Omega hit him with another V-trigger then. Just multiple accounts of V-triggers again, alright? And he hit the reverse Hurricane Rana on him after another V-trigger. He tried to hit the one-wing angel. Again, Tana just dodged it, hitting his own Hurricane Rana. Tana hit the dragon suplex then. Still going on Omega. Hit the high fly flow. Omega kicked out. He was going to go for it again, but Omega stopped him. He V-triggered on the top rope then, and he had him there. Just hit him with a big suplex off of there, but Tana came out with another dragon suplex to Omega's leg, I believe. But as Omega was going in for the kill, and he was going in for the kill right here, another V-trigger while Tanahashi was down. He was going to go for the one-wing angel, but Tana dodged it. Pretty much hit him with a Hurricane Rana then from the whole one-wing angel. Hit him with a sling blade, high fly flow. Tanahashi wins, becoming the new IWGP Heavyweight Champion. They even went to Tana after interview. I didn't really understand what he was saying throughout, but they did explain it though. But the belt was back on him, and he just talked to the fans. He did his air guitar thing and won. Best of, like I said, if it's 3 matches, I thought that was great through the entire night. Was this one, which was probably one of the best ones of the night. With Omega and Tanahashi proving you that they can just go insane out there. I love Naito versus Chris Jericho, and I did really like the Ospreay and Ibushi match. Those are like my top 3 greatest matches of the night. I'm not saying the others were bad also, because I can't really say it was really a bad match on this show. But if I had to pick 3 favorites, would be the main event, the Intercontinental Championship, and the first official match of the show with Ospreay and Ibushi. So that was just like I said, it was great and everything. Just a great show. Fantastic show. Okay, can't really say anything bad about it. But now the question is this that pertains to Kenny Omega, since he has lost the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So with rumors that WWE has offered, and I don't know if all these rumors are true, but they are offering over $20-something million to come to WWE now that Vince wants him. And or he wants all of them, but Omega, we don't know if he's gonna sign with All Elite Wrestling or is he gonna go to the WWE after this, because his contract doesn't even come up till the end of January. So I would expect to see Kenny Omega in the Royal Rumble this year. Now, personally, I would not want him to go to WWE because I just think he's doing great over here right now. I don't really think he should have dropped the belt, but we don't know his contract right now. Okay, we know it expires at the end of the year. We don't know if he's really leaving in that, because like the other Elite members, like I said, this is probably like the last time you will see them in a New Japan ring. Cody, Young Bucks, Hangman, Marty, I believe this will probably be the last time you see these guys there. Seriously, Omega, I don't know if he resigns in that. Some people will know what will happen to Ibushi. What's Ibushi going to do if he leaves in that? But now, like I said, allegedly WWE is just offering big bucks that Vince wants this guy really badly now. So, and don't get me wrong, don't count All Elite Wrestling now. Do not count them, because they got money too, okay? These con guys, they are backed by billionaires. Cody and them, they have billionaires on their side. So we don't know where Kenny Omega goes on after this, okay? Hell of a fucking match he put on with Tanahashi, proving why once again he's 2 of the best in the freaking world right now. Especially Omega being the #1 wrestler in the world. And I'm sure WWE really wants him, okay? They really want Kenny Omega to be offering this much money. But like I said, do not count out All Elite Wrestling left yet. Do not count them out, because they have the big bucks too. So we don't know what is going to happen to Kenny Omega, okay? We don't know if he will have a rematch for the championship. We don't know if he's really done after this. I don't know. Was this just to drop the belt so Tanahashi could have his feel-good moment and everything, just to get that one last run with the title, because he's an 8-time IWGP Heavyweight Champion. So was this a way just to give Tanahashi a last light in the sun with one more eventful title run for him? Excuse me. Beating Kenny Omega. So I don't know where we go on from this. I don't know what's actually gonna happen, but expect it to be big. I will give you that on the account right now. So I don't know where Kenny Omega lands up. He's probably gonna go WWE. He's gonna go to, I don't know, maybe he will stay in New Japan. Like I said, I hope he stays in New Japan, and maybe All Elite Wrestling can have a partnership with New Japan, and he can get his rematch for the title, because we don't know if he's going to be on any of these other shows. We don't know if he's going to be on the Madison Square Garden thing, which I believe a lot of people really did pay and sell out Madison Square Garden to begin with, because they did want to see the Bullet Club Elite. They know they want to see the Young Bucks. They know they want to see Cody and them and Kenny Omega. So I don't know if it's going to change people's mindsets on that, especially just, I already know people pissed right now for him just say, oh, Kenny's allowed them with Vince to go to WWE. So everyone's just saying that right now, but I don't know what Kenny's choice is going to be. We don't know what's going to happen. We haven't really heard anything or any other interview and stuff other than just the match last night. And, the Young Bucks helped them out. But like I said, they're pretty much done with New Japan after this, I believe. And they have a wrestling promotion to run, okay? They have a lot to do if they want to make All Elite Wrestling really big, because a lot of people want in right now. They really do. And we got an All In 2 coming also, so watch out for that. Excuse me. But watch out for that though. But overall, New Japan must be on a big change tonight though. They really must be, because every title changed. Every belt changed on this show. From the beginning of the first official match all the way to the end, every belt changed. Because like I said, we don't know if we're going to have the same roster throughout the year through this. because they're expecting a lot of people to be leaving. Some are already confirmed. Some we don't know if they will still be there in New Japan. All right, we don't know, so we don't really know what the answer is when it comes to a lot of these guys still or not still being on the New Japan roster. Like I said, people from Kenny and them, we don't even fucking know right now. Because people are already, should Kenny take the money and run? We don't know. It's just been back and forth arguments of what is going to happen to these All Elite Wrestling guys. Where will Kenny Omega go? Will he stay in New Japan Pro Wrestling? Will he get a rematch for his IWGP Heavyweight Championship? So there are some answers, but there's still a multiple account of questions to what we saw off of Wrestle Kingdom. Now maybe we'll say a little bit of New Year's Dash, just a little programming. No, we didn't, like several, you did not see any of the Elite members on there. It looks like they're pushing Jay White for the championship now, so that may be a big thing going on. What else was on New Year's Dash? I'm trying to remember just to give a quick thing. Yujiro and Chase are going. I guess they're back with the original Bullet Club members, and Tom will let them in. Listen, to be honest, where were they gonna go if the Elite was not there? You can't really call it says Bullet Club Elite if they're not gonna be Elite. Cause honestly, Pimp there and Owens, they had to go back. Where are they gonna go? Just wear Bullet Club gear and be on their own? So it's best they just let them back in. Let them back in the Bullet Club. Strength in numbers. There you go. I know Suzuki-gun went against LIJ. I guess Suzuki-gun wants that Intercontinental Championship according to one of the guys now. So watch out. But overall that may be my review right here of Wrestle Kingdom. Trying to see if I'm forgetting anything else in regarding to anything. But like I said, New Japan Pro Wrestling, Wrestle Kingdom 13, the biggest show of the year, worth the freaking watch. I do believe to an extent in my own way, and I've talked this with other people, that last year's Wrestle Kingdom was better, maybe because it was more hype to it, and that Jericho was coming there, and it made it more special and everything. But this was still special. This was great. It still sold out in the freaking Tokyo Dome, so it was a hell of a show. Okay? Excuse me. Get a little tired there, but there you go. That's my train of thought. Yawn, and there you go. But like I said, a fantastic show. That was great. Like I said, I already named my 3 matches tonight. The main event, the Intercontinental one, and the never open weight. But an overall fun show to watch too. Still long. It's 5.5 hours and everything. But like I said, New Japan, I was really mad about because I wasn't interested in every match. I wasn't bored. I wasn't feeling sleepy when I was watching it. I was wide awake. I love what I was seeing. It was big. I jumped out of my seat a couple times. So, Wrestle Kingdom 13. If you haven't seen that show yet, watch that show, okay? It's worth every penny. It's worth every watch. Whatever. $9.99. Alexa app, whatever, or some free wrestling website is going to have it somewhere. I'm not going to give out names, but I'm sure they have it out there somehow. You can stop yawning here, but like I said, this is my review of Wrestle Kingdom 13. I'm out here. I will see you guys later. If there's anything I'm forgetting, please reiterate or bring it up to me during this show. But this is my opinion of Wrestle Kingdom 13. Still a great fucking show. It's really hard to compete with it. It's their Mania of the year, and they did deliver, folks. Yes, still some time shortage on some matches, but they built it up into something way big with a lot of these guys and giving them time to shine out there to prove like where they're the best and everything going on. All right, so yeah. That's pretty much. But I'm going to get out of here. That's my review of Wrestle Kingdom 13. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about Wrestle Kingdom 13 tonight, folks. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you think it was great? Did you think it was bad? Tell me what you thought about this show, because there was a lot going on and there was a lot of people there for this thing, okay? Just a lot of people for this. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Just don't forget the beat. Throw it up. Maybe it will be a too sweet. But I'm out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out. Tell me what you thought about the show.